All right, we have head coach Sean Nahas after the Courage 1-0 win in Challenge Cup semifinal. Go back to the final for the second consecutive year. Coach, first off, opening thoughts on the match.
Yeah, I think I thought it was a really top-notch performance from us, to be honest. But there were some moments where we lost a little bit of momentum because of silly turnovers on our part, especially in the final third. But I thought we showed a real professional attitude and mentality and to find a way. Especially after not getting maybe some of the results we haven't gotten in the last couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm really, really proud of the group, and it's always good to go home knowing you're going to play in a final in your home stadium.
Turn it over to questions. Victoria, you can lead us off.
Just talk about the tenacity and the fight of this team and how that's going to carry you through into Saturday with a very, very quick turnaround.
Yeah, it's not about fight. It's about playing the game the right way in our eyes, and we stayed consistent. You know, I think so often people talk about the fight and all that, but you have to start giving credit for how they play. We never changed. We never wavered. We stayed true to who we are. That's who we are. And we're going to live and die by the sword. And we found a way tonight. But tenacity, we scored the goal because we created chances and we varied it up a little bit. Maybe weren't so predictable at times, but it was more the mentality to withstand. You know, they had a chance right off the line about 3 minutes before that, and then we come down, and there's been moments where we've cracked a little bit because of our youth. But this, as I told the players at the end, this is a moment that we'll look back on, and the fact that we're even playing in a final. Yeah, I appreciate all the naysayers from the beginning of the season.
Tyler, go ahead.
First off, congrats, Coach, on making it to the final. I wanted to ask you first about the switch to Caroline on the right side. I just wanted to know what you saw to facilitate that change.
Carol's been playing on the right side since 3 games into the season. She switched to the left side because she felt she could do something, but it affected our press. So we ended up switching it back in the second half. The partnership with her and Ryan obviously is a good one, and Manak on that side, and Manak is still figuring out her way and the speed of the game, and she rushes the game a little bit sometimes, and that's, I mean, she's only 18, 19, so, but Carol's been on the right side majority of the season. She has a little bit of freedom, but yeah, for the most part, she's been on the right side.
Okay, and another thing I wanted to ask you about was Manaka seems like the kind of player that's willing to try a little bit more riskier passes in the final third. Sometimes those don't come off. Is that something you're encouraging her to continue to do? Because you know that, you know, she's the kind of player that it's going to work out eventually.
Yeah, you don't want to take the qualities away from a player. If she's excuse me, if she's looking to play that ball in behind, then maybe that draws the back line narrow and it opens up the wider spaces. But again, that's how we coach the game and that's how we talk about the game. But yeah, I'm not going to tell a player not, if it becomes so predictable and becomes a routine, then that's different. But if she sees something that we don't, I'm not going to tell her not to do something. It may just be, maybe there's another option down the road, but that's her job to figure out. And we trust the players, and, you know, we don't always have to try and go around them. We can probably try and go through them. And yeah, we're not going to ever tell her not to do something.
Awesome. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
Jason, go ahead.
Hi, Sean. Congratulations on the win. I wanted to ask you, watching from home, it seemed like first half you had used the ball possession to really control the game. In the second half, it seemed like maybe as it wore on, Kansas City started to find some pressing solutions that were, requiring maybe an adjustment from your end. What were you seeing play out to sort of tamp that down and get back into bossing the game with, as you like to do with the ball?
Yeah, no, it's a good point, Jason. I think there's always going to be lulls in the game, and I think our press was a little bit off. We were late in getting around, and that's normal. But we found we ended up the biggest issue is we were giving the ball away so easily in the second half, a little bit more maybe in the first half, right? So when we lose possession and we're in our attacking shape, we could tend to lose a little bit of rhythm. And now it's a matter of finding a way to keep that rhythm. And once we got back on the ball and established it, and the first half we had to pin back because of what we were doing, and then the second half they were a little bit more open. We found some good areas, but we were trying to be a little bit too cheeky, a little bit too blah, and there wasn't enough urgency. So we just had to swing things around a little bit, motivate them a little bit, get them. I told them at the water break, or at the hydration break, I said, stay consistent. An opportunity is going to come. Good things are going to happen because we're trying to do the right things. And I mean, granted, I think we scored off a set piece, but we created opportunities. And, you know, Mila misses a chance a few times before that. Tess misses a chance. Pinto misses a chance. Carol misses a chance, you know, so you have to deal with those waves of momentum. That's part of the game. And we did a really good job of that. And that just shows a maturity of our growth from the beginning of the season till now.
You know, speaking of motivating, you've mentioned Pinto having one chance. It felt like maybe she had 3 or 4 before she put the one away. With a player like her, it seems like the energy is always there. Is this one where you have to maybe you're looking at her as a player that I know you can go in and maybe steal this game right at the end here, or is it just sort of just putting her in because maybe you need the fresh legs in that spot for Manaka?
There's a combination of both. When we put her in, we said go make a difference. We told her and Haley go make a difference, and I thought Haley did a good job in holding the ball up for us in when she went in. We definitely need to get Manaka a break. You know, she's not used to playing at this speed and all that, and the travel, so she's still getting acclimated. But we felt that Pinto can go in. To be honest, we were putting Pinto in because of PKs. She was gonna be one of our takers, but we felt that the time was right to get Manaka off, so we went with it. And yeah, I mean, Pinto made the most of it, you know, and that's what we ask our players to do. And they're their egos are left at the door, and they're just a group of players that want to go in and make a difference and help the team in any way, shape, or form. And to see the group's celebration at the end meant everything to us as a club. And yeah, it's a massive step for us as we continue to build something special.
Appreciate it. Congrats again.
Thank you.
JB, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, congrats on the win. I just wanted to get I had a curious question in regards to, you know, getting a win in that fashion where, you know, both teams are playing so hard and nobody's able to score a goal, but you guys get the game-winning goal, you know, right towards the end of extra time, and you get to avoid the PKs. How exhilarating is it to win a game of this magnitude in that fashion?
We could have scored in the first minute. It would have felt the same way. A win is a win on a tough place with a good group. I mean, they have a lot of world-class players, and you know, the crowd makes it's really loud in this place. It's really loud in this place. But yeah, anytime you get a result on the road to compete for a championship, that's what you want to do. And yeah, I think at the end of the day, you make the most of the opportunities you get. I told the group, I think it was on one of the breaks, not the hydration, maybe not the hydration break, the second hydration break as well. And they were walking away. I called them back in. I said, we have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Just go perform, go play. Don't be afraid. Take risk. You have nothing to lose. Whatever happens, we live with it. If that means we go to PKs and lose, so be it. If that means we lose in regulation, okay. Because we performed how we want to perform. And that's all that matters. And again, that's who we are. And, you know, I told the players before the game, I looked them all and I said, I have so much respect for this group and care for this group because they've been so humble and attracted to what we are doing and how we want to play, and they believe in it. And yeah, I mean, and I told them afterwards, I said, sometimes that respect turns to instant love. And yeah, I mean, there's not a group that I love more than this group right here, and the work they've put in and how they've changed the game a little bit and how we play. And yeah, we're stoked right now, but regardless of what happens on Saturday, a quick turnaround, regardless of what happens on Saturday, this group needs so much credit. And the one thing I told the group before the pregame huddle, when we were in the locker room, I just said, I looked at them all in the face and said, all I want you guys to do is put a smile on Vic's face. Obviously, she's going through a tough time, and we're thinking about her and her family. And I told them again at the end before we broke off again, I said, remember, we have one job, and that's to put a smile on Vic's face. And hopefully we were able to do that tonight.
Thank you so much, Coach. Congrats again.
Yeah, thanks.
Chris, anything on your end?
You actually answered my question right off the top with how far this team has come versus how they started, because I don't think many people, I'll go ahead and say I was one of the ones wondering if you'd make it back, Coach, but definitely proved me wrong. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. It's not about proving people wrong. It's about believing in what we do. And, you know, look, I can understand everyone's thoughts when we lost all the players we lost. but we believe, and I believe in the staff. I believe in our players. I believe in what we do and how we want to play. And, I'm just happy for the club that people are talking about us in a positive light now rather than a dark light. And that was one of my objectives when I took over. That means more to me as my hometown club to not have a black eye. And I get, like I've told you a million times, rightfully so. But now people are talking about us in a positive way. And that means more to me than any result, because that's what the club deserves. And we're going to continue to build on this. And I'm okay with people doubting us. I'm okay with people doubting me. I'm okay with people. I'm fine with that. I save everything because it's motivation, but it's motivation because I believe in our players and I want them to be successful. And people don't know the ins and outs of it. They feel they should because they're on Twitter or X or whatever, and they feel that they have part ownership in what we do and all that. But I understand doubt, but doubt never creeped into our mind here in this club and our players. And I don't doubt anything that we do. And at the end of the day, the more doubt, the more fuel for us. And hopefully we have people believing now. And if they don't, I'm cool with that, because inside our locker room, we believe. And we're going to continue regardless of what this journey looks like at the end of the season. No one can tell us that we're not better from where we started. No one can tell us that we're not one of the better teams in how we play football. And no one can tell us that we ruined the club. No one.
And get all that good coaching. So I'll go ahead and say that for you there. Congratulations
It has nothing to do
again.
with me. It's all the players and their willingness to compete and do what's asked and humbleness. And that's a special group I have in that locker room, and they have to be willing to try it. And that's what makes my life easy.
Looking forward to Saturday. Thank you, Coach.
Cheers.
Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, guys.
All right, everybody. We got the game-winning goal scorer in the Challenge Cup semifinal, Brianna Pinto, coming to the seat right now. Bri, I'll ask you a question. You can just look into the camera as you answer it. We'll start off with, take us through that goal. Obviously a scoreless game, bunch of chances both ways, really back and forth game, a lot on the line. When you saw that ball fall to your feet, able to turn and finish, just kind of take us through what you saw and what was going through your head.
I think before that moment even comes, you have to shout out Narumi for her stop on the goal line, and then Emily Fox with her recovery run to block one of their chances on goal. So to be in that position, to score the game winner is a testament to all the work that the team put in throughout the 90 minutes. Narumi did a great job following it up, and it popped out right at my feet. And I had the mindset, I'm putting this away. I came in and they told us to be game changers, and our mindset was set on how do we get out of here with 3 points. And we did just that because of everybody. I think the heart is what willed us through.
All right, we will turn it over to questions. Then Victoria, if you want to give us a start, go ahead.
Actually, Brianna just answered the question that I had with the kind of energy that she was going to bring in as a substitute. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Anybody else has questions, please raise your hand. Otherwise, I got a couple more for her. Jason, go ahead.
Hi, Brianna. Congrats on the win and the goal. I wanted to ask you a little, coming into a game like this where the team had some control early and then maybe was starting to lose a little bit of that as the second half wore on. What were you seeing in terms of spaces that you were going to fit into that would allow, whether it's you, whether it's someone else in the attack, to come through and find a game winner?
Yeah, when there was a lot of momentum shift in the second part of the second half, we saw that there was space in behind because their back line kept pushing up and they were playing really aggressively where they were winning the second ball. But I think once we established possession and got into our rhythm again, and when we came on the field as substitutes, we really wanted to turn the tides and make sure we're pushing their back line and making penetrating runs in behind. And I think that started with good distribution, being patient, and then ultimately being available whenever the center backs pick their heads up, because if we could get in behind, we're dangerous. We're committed to getting in the box and we want to score. So I think it was just a little bit of grit we showed today, because we knew what we came here for. We wanted to win. We know what it feels like to be in a championship, a Challenge Cup, and we want to taste that again.
Appreciate it. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Chris Clark, CBS, go ahead.
Wanted to ask you about the transformation of the team, the journey that you guys from the start up until now. It's a lot of folks counted you out. I was one of the ones wondering if you could make it back here. Definitely prove me wrong, but about the journey and how you all pulled together and didn't pull apart to get back to the pinnacle here in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, I think it comes down to your core identity, like of who you want to be. And I think we came into preseason wanting to play a beautiful style of play. And I think everybody bought into it. We value having the ball, and we want to make sure that we get everyone involved in our possession and really do a good job switching the point and getting in behind and showing the bit of flair that we've had. We've added players over the course of the season, and they've jumped into our system in a lovely way. And I think it comes down to just how much our team believes in one another, and ultimately our practices, because that's where we fight, where we chase excellence every single day. And I think that shows in nights like today, where we give everything we have to find a result. And I'm just so proud of my team. I think this is just one part of our goals this season. We want to win the Challenge Cup, and then next we want to win the league, and we want to win the championship. But it starts here. We take it one game at a time, and I think we have to remain humble in the process, because this league is special, where any team can beat any team on any given day. So we need to respect our opponents and come in with a good attitude, where we're first in the tackle and we're aggressive in front of goal.
Thank you very much. Looking forward to the next game, and you can definitely count me among the believers now. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anybody else?